Hey Jess, how's it going? My name is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through a few things that you guys can do to help more pet owners to find your business online. And the reason I'm doing this is because business owners are just way too busy running their business, so they don't really have a lot of time to do any of this stuff. So I just wanted to help in any possible way that I could. So I just wanted to cover a few things in this video, which are content, citations, and backlinks. If you like what you see and want to check that out, cool. I'd really love to hear from you. But let's jump right on in. So first thing I like to go over is your website content. And with that, you want to make sure you have enough words on it. And I know that sounds simple, but to simply explain, when people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way that it does that is by reading what's on your homepage. And if there's not enough information on there and only like a couple of sentences, Google's not going to be really sure about what you do, and they're going to end up showing someone else's stuff, right? Now, what is included in this type of content, right? Well, there are a number of things. So let me just show you right now. So everything that you see highlighted, this is what Google looks at when they go to scan your website. So any icons, images, logos, all of those things, you want to make sure that they are embedded with the proper content. AKA keywords, right? If you're not familiar, keywords are words or phrases that people search each and every day just to help resolve their issues, concerns. You can miss out on a lot of pet owners by not having those keywords on your website and by not having them properly placed, okay? So just to give you an idea, I did run a quick web page counter for you, and you guys are sitting at 514, and I did the same thing for your top competitor in the area, Dog and Cat Hospital, and these guys are sitting at 538, slightly higher. You guys can easily dominate them in this content area. You just want to add more content to your website with proper keywords, and the sweet spot for Google of how much content to have is at least 1,500, right? 1,500 words will help you to dominate your competitors and most other people in your field who are trying to dominate as well, right? So I just want to give you a heads up on that. Now, the next thing I'd like to go over is Ahrefs. This is a tool that essentially just gives me behind the scenes details on things that Google looks at when it comes to ranking a site. I've just come over here just for a couple of things. One of them is to look at the keywords, right? As you can see, you guys are currently having 24 keywords, right? And those keywords are bringing you a traffic of 26 per month, okay? So going down, let's just look at what a couple of those keywords are. Okay, so this one's somebody's there. Okay, so this one's a perfect. So these are fine. These ones up here are good. So one of the tips with keywords is that you don't. With keywords, you want to be really intentional with the type of keywords you get. So keywords like what your business does and your location are, really perfect. So this is an example of something that you want. Keywords with your business name, those are okay for branding purposes, but you don't want to rely heavily on those because not everybody knows your business name. So it'll be a little bit more challenging to attract new customers if you only focus on your brand, your business name. Okay, so I want to now show you what your top competitor, Dog and Cat, is. What your top competitors are. These guys are ranking for 50 keywords at the moment, and they're getting a traffic of 241, right? Such a huge difference. Why is that? So here are some of the keywords that they have. Cat boarding. Look at how specific. Look how more specific a lot of their words are. Obviously, they're going to have keywords with their business name too, but this is just to give you an idea of some keywords that you guys could use. Obviously, only use the keywords that are relevant to your business. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take a keyword, right? I'm just going to take a keyword just to give you an idea because, all this talk, how about some people are better with showing, right? So taking a keyword and place it into Google, here we are with a veterinary hospital, Norfolk, VA, and we're just going to go over this entire page, starting off with, before I getting into the second thing I want to go over, I do want to cover ads really briefly at the moment. And ads work actually pretty well, but if your website isn't dialed into the basics first, then you might just be throwing money at something that isn't ready yet. So you want to make sure your foundation is solid first, right? Before throwing money at this, because you just could be losing a lot of money. And people also have ad blockers, right? So some people won't even be able to see this stuff. So it's a good idea to not just rely on ads as well. So going into the second thing I want to go over, and that is getting listed in more places. This section right here, this is called the map pack, right? And getting into these top 3 results, this one doesn't really count because it's an ad. Getting into the top 3 results, right, is huge because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get, right? And I do see that you guys are ranking second. That's actually really, really great, right? That's actually really good that you're there because this is where people tend to click. So it's really good that you guys are already on the game with this type of thing, right? But you know, how does one actually rank up here, right? How does one actually get up here? To simply explain this, right, you need to be listed on a bunch of different websites with your business name, address, and phone number, right? And they need to all match perfectly. You know, places like Yelp, BBB, Facebook, stuff like that. Just to give you a better demonstration, here's a little image I have for you guys to take a look at. So your name, address, phone number, and you want it across hundreds of directories, right? And the goal is you want to have more than your competitors because this is what will allow Google to trust you more than them. Once they see that you guys are getting more citations, once they see that you guys are getting more of these, then they will start to bump you above them. And these are known as your citations, okay? So that is how that works. But in order to get ahead, you don't just want to, get what your competitors get. You want to get what they got and then add 50 to 100 more because we want it to take a long time for your competitors to catch up. And how to actually go about doing that is pretty simple. There are tools out there that show us what competitors what citations your competitors have, and then we just go get what they get and then just double, triple that, right? So that's kind of how that works in that instance. And third thing I like to cover is getting your other sites linked back to you guys, right? And now we're going to get into AKA with our backlinks, right? And again, you want to be in the top 3 because the higher you are, the more clicks you get, And in order to get this with this section, you need Google to see you guys as the authority, which is just someone who just knows their stuff, right? And already I can see you guys are ranking in the, top 3 results, but maybe you want to be in the first place, right? So how do you go about doing that, right? Because you can totally take the top position. It's just about knowing what you need to do in order to do that, right? So how do you get authority? And that's to have other websites linked back to you guys. And if you think of it like this, if a local news site or a community blog mentions your business and links to your website, that's them basically, handing you guys the baton, basically saying, hey, Google, these guys are, they are legit. They know what they're talking about. I highly recommend them. Google will see that and then give you guys a boost, right? But not all links are created equal, because you guys are in the veterinary field, because you're in the animal hospital, you guys are an animal hospital, you want to get links that are relevant to your business. So you want to get animal care related blogs or articles linking back to you guys, because those are a lot more effective to link back to you guys than, say something like a Pizza Hut, right? So you just want to make sure you have links that make sense. So heading back over to Ahrefs, this is a tool that is really, really good for taking a look at backlinks. You guys are sitting at 9 at the moment. And then going to your competitors to see where they're at. These guys are sitting at 96, all right? And how to actually go about getting those is pretty similar to the citations. With tools like Ahrefs, we can actually see exactly all of the backlinks that go into your competitor, and then we just get those exact same backlinks for you. Pretty simple. So that's pretty much it for this video. So just to quickly cover everything that we went over content, citations, and backlinks. You guys want to do all 3 of these things, and you're going to be way ahead of most of your competition, right? So now what you could do with this information is take this in, and you can do this yourself, or you can reach back out to me and let me know what you think. And regardless, I hope this was very helpful. Have a nice day. Bye.